Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM21 Stage Racer. We're on episode 32. We're at the 4 hours of Dunkerque. It's stage 4 of 6. Stage 5 is exactly like this stage, and stage 6 on the flat. So we have climbing, which is good for me. That fits my profile. But we also have cobbled climbing, which is very much a mix. The team has given me leader outsider status. No actual expectation on what position, but they're hoping that I can hang on in the GC based on my climbing alone, because my cobble rating, not good. But I have a fitness peak right now, so if I can get a good condition tomorrow like I have today, you never know. Cobble rating 62, but mountain is 84. Punchy 78. I have plenty of stamina and resistance to go with it, and unlike in so many other races, I do have a little bit of team support. Now in team support, that meant somebody was protecting me for a long time as we go into this next time through the cobbled sector, and I think I'm about to lose all of my teammates besides Tolman. Speaking of, it would be nice to see where Tolman is. He is right there. Oh, Tolman got up right beside me and then dropped back, and he's still doing the water task even though we're at 91 riders, and he just got dropped, going back to get water a second time for the other riders who just regained contact, presumably. So the one rider who could actually give me a little protection here a little bit later just lost 2 minutes. So I'm on my own, used to that with this team. We are 39, we are chasing 5, the breakaway. Still have a 3-minute advantage. That is pretty significant considering how small our group is. Now, cruising at a 75, I am at full strength, but the pace really picking up. And this cobbled sector is going to hurt. The other sector is where it's at for me, though, where I have a chance to succeed, we'll say. Tolman making his way back up a little bit. He has reached group A3, but he's getting pretty tired trying to make his way through the field, so no expectations there. We're down to 2:10 on the break, so we pulled back a minute pretty quickly there as we go through the next climb. This part's easy for me. That secondary climb, I get through that one really well, and that definitely helps my chances as we always prepare. We have 3 more times on the cobbled climb, and I'm looking pretty strong, but they are pushing pretty dang hard right now, so we'll see how badly this hurts. We'll have to step this up a bit to an 81. Okay, gap is down to a minute and a half, by the way, and that front group starting to split up, but not quite. Okay, and we get through that one. No harm done. 36 now, and the gap's down to a minute and a half. I think my best shot is going to be to see a small split on this climb. Not this time, but next time through. And take advantage. And we are seeing splits. This is good. This is good, guys. They're falling off the back. Now it's 31. Now it's 29 chasing those front 5. And you can see that I have plenty of energy left. We're seeing a big acceleration, so this is going to put a big hurting in. I'm only a 66 on flat. This is not a good time for me, tempo-wise, but it's not hurting me too bad. Breakaway, still a little bit of a gap. I mean, it's still a minute 10 to those front guys. Now, I would love to push here. We are seeing Niels Pollitt go clear a little bit. What is going on, though? There seems to be no tempo right now. Yeah, the gap is opening, not shrinking. It is 30. We are chasing 4, and those breakaway riders, I don't know what their advantage is. Karapetrovich is just 21 seconds down in the overall. Or is it not going to let me see? Yes. Brunel, 21 seconds. Calipan, 21 seconds. Vermont, 21 seconds. And myself, 21 seconds. So those guys are all on same time. This is not good. 22 riders to now give chase. Finally. Oh, Vanderpool is here. Can we take position on Vanderpool's wheel, please? $10K to go. Ease our way forward as we begin that climb. This was the time where I was wanting to do something, but we're seeing the push already before it. So for now, all I can really do is kind of hold position and save some energy for the final climb and think about the overall. We got Nizzolo, we've got Mahoric. Got some strong riders here, but again, I'm in a good group. We're in 19, but it's a minute 22 advantage as we did sit up a little bit. 5K to go. We're going to need to gel up very soon. Nizzolo pushing. There's really not much chase here in the group at all. 3.7K to go. I feel like I'm going to have to just go at an 85 and do what I can with it because I don't have a ton of energy. And you can see just how weak we are. Our chase right now. It's opening up. We're giving the race away. Let's attack a little bit. Can we go off the front? Vanderpool. There's the proper attack. It's Vanderpool. Look how fast he is. That cobble rating. Look how slow I am. Look how slow I am. This is that leader outsider stuff. As soon as we get through this in just a moment, Brunel takes it from the break. Vanderpool takes second. Mahoric third. Tishbadu punchers with cobble rating. Something I do not have. But we're going to be just outside of the top 10 in 13th. Not bad for a 62 cobble rating. Okay, so it's stage 5 of 6 now, but the climb more intense and the cobbled section more intense, meaning it's going to be that much harder. Cobble rating today, 63. Again, we're looking really, really good on that front, but the cobbled part, if it was 1 star, I'd say, hey, I like my chances. Being that it's 3 stars, I don't think we're going to fare terribly well because we just do not have that necessary cobble rating, and there's a lot of guys here that do. A lot of them. The overall leader, the breakaway rider from that last stage, so he's obviously going to drop away, and we should be able to beat him, but can we hang on for to get into the top 10 or stay in the top 15? I don't know. It's going to be pretty iffy as we go forward here. We're already seeing big splits, but at least this time, Tolman's here. 57K to go, and Tolman is here. I just got water. Davis is in the breakaway, and you can see my efforts. We've hung on so far, but I'm going to have to start pushing a little bit harder to try to keep position as the peloton is shrinking. It's yo-yoing between 55 and 85. I'm in good shape so far. Tolman, he's actually doing okay. Tolman's doing okay, but here we go. We have 4 more times to go through this cobbled sector. See just how quickly it hurts Tolman, but for me, he's giving me that protection where it's not taking too much out of me to get through it right now. Down to 82. Davis has been caught and dropped. There's still a few breakaway riders. Massively ahead, by the way. 9 minutes and 43 seconds. Yowzer. Scully, 12:31 down. Darasi, 9:30. Sagiv. And we don't know about who's ahead of him at this point, but that is a huge gap to those guys. They're a half a lap. They are going over top of the cobbled climb as we are going over top of the other hill. Davis back into the group. The peloton has actually lifted tempo. Tolman falls. Oh, that sucks. We just lost our support. That's going to hurt. That is going to hurt in these final stages. And Davis gets dropped. Now we're down to 45. Yeah, losing Tolman really, really hurts because he is doing so much to help me right now. The one rider of use. Tolman's back, but he's not back to me. He's almost back to me as we lap powers. Okay, let's speed it up as we go over the top here. We don't want to drift too far back. Tolman out of energy. He made contact, but at great cost. We are set up now, actually, by the way. We're coming up on the final. We're on the final lap already. This is good for me that it has not been intense as of yet. I would love to go clear here, but there's no way they let me go clear. And I'm in really good shape as we go into that final climb, meaning I will be able to push pretty hard. Problem being, my cobble rating is so bad that it's going to be worse than last time where Vanderpool just rode away from me like I was standing still. Tolman here, but not of use. 4.5K to go. Gel up now. Okay, let's go forward. Go arrow. Boris Veli has taken the win. Boy, he was on my team a few years ago in this game. Okay, eased to the front now, just before we begin that cobbled climb. And away we go. Climbing at my pace at the moment, ready to really step this up as here come some guys speeding it up. 700 meters to the top. This is about just getting the best position I can get. Nobody attacking right now. Look at that guy standing still. 700 meters. 700 meters. Round the corner. Sprint it out. No time gaps coming on this one. Vanderpool was a few seconds ahead. There was 3 riders from the break left. I will be just outside of the top 15, but again, we should all be on same time. Hopefully I still get that. Not too far back here. 20th on the stage. And I move up a single position. Brunel hangs on to the overall race lead. That was that breakaway rider on the previous stage who claimed the surprise victory. Vanderpool is going to have to settle for second place. Dang. Those riders that were off the back, none of them around into the top standings. Michel Reis is actually one of them. So comes in just behind me in 13th. Everybody else in the top 16 were among those top riders. We moved up one spot, though. We were 13th. So one rider was dropped, and that was it from the main contenders. Otherwise, that all came together still. So there was your couple guys. Oh, maybe not. No, it was still all the same riders. It was just one rider dropped. There's your, it was Gerasi. And then Vanderpool gained a few seconds at the end. Tischbenoot Brunel gains a few seconds as well. Dang, how did he pull that off? And then Stuyven. So that was the top 4 sprinting, and then everybody else coming in. And I was still on the same time as those guys. And then here's our small losses. I'm guessing, okay, Michel Reis. So I actually moved ahead of Reis. He was behind me, or ahead of me, and I swapped places with him by finishing in a decent position there. So we move up one spot. That's all we can muster, but not bad considering that this was cobbled climbs, and that is absolutely not my forte. To level up quickly, you always have to look for every little opportunity that you can get to earn some XP. And in this race, we were a leader outsider, but we really had no shot at anything. And so far, through 5 stages, I literally have 0 experience. Despite the finishes that we've had and the position we sit in overall, we have 0 XP thus far. We have had an opportunity that is a bit missing at the moment, a bit absent. Brunel, right, the guy who won the stage, had he not claimed that stage victory from the break, not hung on, if he was passed and lost, a couple minutes as would be expected, or a minute or so late in that stage, had that taken place, Brunel would have very likely, right, not been present. So for me, I would have gained 1 more position. Okay, well, that's not a big deal. That means 11th. 11th by itself doesn't amount to much. Top 10 does mean a little something. So obviously, if Brunel had not finished with that stage win, we would therefore be seeking through those 3 sprint points we went through. we would have been seeking some seconds because I'm 4 seconds out of one more position gained. So then we would have had something to do on this stage to try to squeeze our way into the top 10, which would have meant a whole lot more. 11th wouldn't mean much more than 12th. Meanwhile, the other part, and this one matters way more, is that Brunel is the single rider ahead of me in the under 25s classification. So had he not won that stage, there's no way that he would be in the position he is in the under 25 standings, meaning I would actually be wearing that jersey right now. And man, oh man, what a difference that would have made. Now we have Powers. Can I get a lead out? He is an okay sprinter. Tolman is close, and he is not terribly slow. Bilkra is probably okay, but let's just get Tolman in here. And let's get Powers to ease forward. Tolman should be able to get up there pretty quick. We're into the final 6 kilometers now. And we're going to sprint this out just to make sure we finish in our position. I have no KOM. I'm not in a position for the points. I've picked up a few, but I'm barely inside the top 50 as we approach the finish here. So Powers leading it out now. Okay, 2.5K. Now's a good time for him to sprint coming out there. That's getting us inside 2 kilometers. Now on to Tolman, leading me out inside the last kilometer, but I'm not a sprinter, so we got to go a little bit later. That's going to be a nice finish. No breakaway here, though. No seconds gain. Jakobsen, Hodeg, in his solo. 1, 2, 3. Sagan grabs 7th. Vanderpool, I get 11th. I almost get a top 10 on the stage, but not quite. We timed that pretty well as our red bar was down to about 6-7%. Will we get any XP? Because that is literally all I care about at this point. This race was never going to be something that suited us, that we were going to do terribly well with. So we stay 12th. Second in the under 25s behind Brunel. The team shows just how strong it is. Finishing 17th out of 18. Second in the young rider classification. We gain 9 points. This is what gets frustrating about when you suddenly do get good. The expectations just become ginormous, but then you're still on a team that's not there, that's not at that level. And this is the difficulty about opting to stick with one team. Until we drag this team up to World Tour, which very well could happen next year, they expect the world from us while giving us no support, putting us in races that they qualify for, that they get invited to, that don't suit us, making for a tough year. But it is what it is. That's how the game works. That's how it functions. We could have gone to a bigger team, but again, for this playthrough, I opted to see what it's like to drag a team from the depths, from Continental, bring them up to World Tour, and see if not only can I become a world champion, but can we do something with the team? Can we make the team into champions? Will the team get better? Will their budget improve? Are we going to see a new sponsor to make that happen? It's still going to be the same team, even with a new sponsor. But we stick to our guns. We stay with one. It is what it is. We're almost halfway through level 16, but 6 stages, and we gain 9 experience points. Ugh, frustrating on that part. But we continue on to the next race, to the next challenge, pushing on through May. Like I said, June is when things are going to get a little bit better for us. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.